Hey everybody, it's your friend Sarmate here, and we're back with another episode of Kingdoms Reborn. I hope you're having a fantastic and amazing day today. In our last episode, I kind of mentioned populating this new area up over in here with a bunch of grapes that we got. So here we go, we got our grape breeder good to go, and I got all sorts of grape farms started up. Quite a few of them around here, and then the ones that were just outside of the grape range, I made into medicinal herbs, just so that we have a little bit more of that coming in. Over here is where all the homes are gonna be, and then kind of right in this space is where I was building more of the industrially things. So we have two bakeries up in here. Surprisingly, the bakeries did not have a negative effect on the appeal of the housing, so I was able to put these guys right up close to the houses, which was very nice. We have a hauling service up here. We have a lot of things, blacksmith, we have a lot of the medicine maker up here, tailor, all of these things that are going to need inputs and outputs, so I thought the hauling service would be great up there. We got our mead maker up here, and then we do have a tailor, but it looks like we aren't making enough leather up over in here anymore, so we should check that out. If we're not making enough leather, we need to get some more hunting guys going, and it looks like I don't have any leather right now. So yeah, we are definitely going to need a few more hunters up here, and we can easily do that. Let's grab that wild card and these immigrants, of course, and we'll go ahead and get that set up. Oh yeah, lots of animals around here for us to gather up with those guys. So let's get that on the way, and I do want to do a little bit of upgrading as well, but let's get into the text right away here. So what I want to do in this episode is we're going to do some colonization. I did get this technology. I also got glassworks, and the rest of these I'm just going to hold off on for now. I would like to get to coffee. Since we have this area for farming, I was thinking about maybe doing like coffee farms kind of up in here. This grape breeder only goes so far, but if we put a coffee breeder like right in here, we might be able to make a good amount of coffee, and that'd be a kind of a fun thing to do. We're going to go over down into here in this corner, and I'll show you why in just a second. We have our little build houses, farms, and infrastructures menu right here, and you can see here in the bottom we have colony and port colony. Now I want to go port colony to build a new port city with 10 citizens from my capital. So we're gonna go port colony because we pretty much have access to most of this island in here. We're gonna have a hard time making it up in this area, but what I want to do is grab our port, and I want to be able to get up over in here and grab some gold ore up here. So what we got to do first, before we can even colonize anything, we have to have a trade port in our original town. So let's go ahead and go trading port. Here it is. And it looks like that'll work almost perfectly in there, but not quite. Unless, of course, you take the roads out. So there we go. I took the roads out, and then that should work in there just fine. It'll be a little bit to get creative. We could always quick build that guy, so let's do that. Great. So now what we want to do. So we have our port colony here. 20,000 gold. It's quite a bit. So you have to have the trading port. But what we want to do is we have a max limit of 1,000 tiles to build our new colony. Now, initially, I was thinking about building up in here, trying to get after this gold ore, but I don't really like that place. There's nothing there to, like, sustain us. So I'm kind of thinking about maybe coming over in here. I was kind of thinking about coming down over in this space as well to get these gold ores all up in here, but I think that's going to be too far. So what I think we'll do, we'll try and land over in here, and we'll kind of expand out this way and maybe capture some of this gold up here and some of these coals, and I think that'll be a good spot to do that. This looks perfect to start with. So if we zoom in here, let's go ahead and get our port colony. Let's see if we're too far away, and we are too far away. Dang it. So unfortunately, there isn't really a great place over on this continent where I can get close to gold. I can't do anything up over in here. Can't go over on this side. What I could do is come over in here and build this. You can see there we have to buy the province, of course, but there isn't any gold down there. There's really no purpose for me to come down over in here other than just to do it. So what I think I'm gonna have to do, I'm gonna have to do what I didn't want to do initially. Let's see if we can even come up here, and we can. All right, great. So let's start off with this coal. I feel like that would be a better option if we can even get a freaking spot in here. Crying out loud. Okay, it looks like this is about the only spot on this freaking island where we can start. So we're going to go ahead and claim this right here. Unlock the gold mine. Now let's slow down the game, of course. It's just like starting over. You have a couple of buildings in here. You have a little bit of resources. And then you can see we have Sarmate Colony 1. This is specific to this town. It's only its resources, its happiness. You can see it's all its own thing now. We have to choose a biome bonus. Winter resistance or fishing. Let's go with plus 30% heat from wood coal production, minus 20% population growth. Ugh. Let's go winter fishing. Let's get the fishing lodges in boreal forest or tundras. Unlock the gold mine. That's excellent. That's what we wanted. And then let's go ahead and buy this. And looks like we get a couple of things. Okay, so let's check out our sideboard here. We have the gold mine. These are our warriors, of course. We did conquer that last province we were working on. And then we have cannabis breeder and then tulip breeder, which great. I don't really want to utilize these right now, so I'll put those back in the sideboard. And let's get to building. So we can receive immigrants. This is going to bring people from our previous town over in here to help populate this area. You can see we got our gold mine right on top of us. So I want to get a couple of things started. So we want to work on the gold mine. That's the whole point of being over here, right? So let's get some of these guys going. If we can get more than one gold mine, that would be best. It looks like we can start with 2 there. That'll be okay. We're going to go ahead and stick with dirt roads just because we're way up here. And then, of course, I want to be able to have a little bit of room for the housing. We know that houses are a little bit finicky when they're close to industrially things. So I'm going to kind of pull this out in this direction and try kind of do some housing over in there. Now, here's our town hall. We don't have any markets over in here yet. We don't really have a whole lot of the starting buildings that we would normally use, so we're going to have to find those. Tavern, immigrants, another gold mine, excellent. Oh, and then we have inner-city logistics ports. Yeah, this guy's going to be an important thing as well. Let's grab that. Okay, so let's go tavern. We know we're going to get a couple of houses over up in here, so let's kind of sneak this guy about right in there. That's pretty good. And then let's get this inner-city logistics port. That's going to have to be back at our other province, and then we'll talk about that in just a second once we get back over in there. And it looks like that's gonna be about it for gold mines. We can have the 2 over there, and then I did see there's this 1 here which we can take advantage of, so let's try and get that just right. Excellent, that'll work great. So we currently have the 3 gold mines up here, great, and then we do have a little itty-bitty coal spot, so let's find the coal miner and or a wild card. All right, great, there's our coal mine. Another thing that I saw that I wanted to grab is the deep sea fishing port. We are going to need some food up here, of course. So this is going to be a great way to do it is with some deep sea fishing. Let's get one of these guys started up. So again, remember, this is going to be a kind of like a new town. So we don't have current access to iron. We're going to have to import all this stuff. It's kind of going to be a little bit of a thing. It's a little bit expensive to start a new colony. We can focus on getting a lot of the gold over to our main colony. We can process it a little bit easier. Maybe even work on some of that stuff over here as well. So, but first, let's get it out of the ground. Okay, so we got a couple of these things on the way. I'm going to put some houses in there, attach some roads, and then we'll be on our way. All right, we got kind of a basic setup here for our new colony. We have, of course, the deep sea fishing over in here. I did put a sheep branch. We got our mines on the way. We got library, we got school, and the tavern. So this should be pretty good. And we are definitely going to have to import some stuff. Last other thing that I want to get is a warehouse. So excellent. So we have 15,000 coins. Let's quick build some things. So I want to build the things that are going to be more difficult to get some goods up here. That's going to be that guy, the school. Let's go ahead with a deep sea fishing port. And I do want to build a couple of these houses. And now that just like that, we're out of money. So we have one house that'll be quick built. And then we're going to have to import a bunch of wood and a bunch of other things. So how we do that? We have our logistics port right here. So we want to decide what we want to get. So what's our target food range? Let's go for 1,000. Coal, we're going to need to heat some of this stuff around here. Let's go 1,000 on that. Medicine, yep, we're going to need it. And then stone tools, we're going to need it as well. Lots of things we are going to be requiring just to get a little bit of gold around here. Of course, we probably could have just set up a bunch of trade stuff and imported it gold that way, but this is a little bit more fun. So we have our new little area on the way. Everybody's looking for homes. One other thing that we are going to need is the inner city logistics port over in here, and it looks like I'm going to have to finagle the roads around again, or I'll get it to work perfectly right there. Okay, we'll get the inner city logistics port in right there, and then we can trade back and forth. We'll be able to find our new colony with this list and find the gold and import some of the gold. It's going to be fantastic. Okay, so now we got all that set up. That's quite a bit of stuff going on, and we'll have to check back there often. So you can, of course, scroll all the way back up there to check on the colony, or you can use these little arrows on the side. So we're already out of wood, not surprising, and it looks like we are also out of stone. So what we could do up here, we have lots of stone just sitting around. Let's go ahead and mark all that. And while we're here, so because we have Sarmate Colony 1 selected, and I have immigrants, I'm going to go ahead and pop a couple immigrants in there. So now this should increase, which it did. And we can quick build some more of these because we have some more money. All right, excellent. So we know that we have our food ready to go, but look at this. I forgot wood. So we are gonna need to get some wood happening. It looks like, yeah, we're gonna need more. We're gonna need wood more than tools for now anyways. So wood, let's go ahead and make this, I don't know, 200. So we'll have that. And then we may even want an additional intercity logistics port up over in here, just so that we can send more relevant goods up here that we're gonna need. So let's go ahead and say port, intercity logistics port. I do want to have an intercity logistics port for both my initial colony and this one. Let's go ahead and get this guy on the way. Back over in our main town, let's take a quick look at our tech trees and see what else we can expand. I did mention getting the coffee roaster, so let's do that. That's going to allow cattle ranch, which is also going to allow cheese maker. Pretty good stuff. And we could probably grab theater. What's this say? Increase visitors fun, base service quality of 70. Ooh, that could be good. But let's work on this other stuff first. So we need a cattle ranch for milk. So we can do that. We'll buy this, and not enough gold apparently. Unfortunate for that. So we, I guess we get a coffee roaster, and we don't even have the coffee breeder yet. So that's something that we'll have to grab as soon as we get a little bit more money. Let's see how much that was. Go over here to our buy special cards. The coffee breeder was way at the bottom. There it is, 960. Oh, look at that. We can purchase it. So let's do that. Get the coffee breeder on the way. And then we can come back over in here like we were talking about. And let's see where this will fit for some new farms. Let's go about right in here, and that should be pretty good. Why is that saying I don't have enough wood? I have plenty of wood. Interesting. Anyways, so we'll get our coffee over here. I got to get some farms put in, of course. And then our coffee roaster. Let's bring it up over in here. We have kind of our little industry area. And I do see that's red on this house. And we'll get that coffee roaster going. Now, we do have quite a few stones. So what we could do is grab a stone insulation upgrade. This is going to use up probably all of our stone. I have no idea how many I don't have upgraded, but let's hit this anyways. Left us with 600 some stone. That's great. 108 houses are good to go with the stone insulation. Super happy about that. That's a huge thing to get. Similarly, we could also try with the hearth fireplace. Let's give that a go. 67 houses, and we even managed to keep a little bit of brick as well. So awesome. Our houses are now insulated as good as they can be, and we'll be looking great after that. So we do also have the glass works. So in the last episode, we put a little spot down over in here for our sand mine. And then we have our glass smelter, and then we can use our glass works to further process the glass that we are producing into other items. So let's go ahead and we'll kind of get this guy down over in here. Waiting on those couple of things to get built up. Let's go back and check on our little baby colony over in here. So we have 1,000 food over in here now imported from our other place. Looking good. And we do need a little bit more money for our intercity logistics port over in here so that we can import a couple other things. We do have the coal mine here, so we should be okay on that. We should be able to heat our homes with the coal from the coal mine. And then, of course, we want to get to our gold mines here eventually. We're currently looking at everybody employed. We don't have all of our buildings quite ready yet. We could, of course, quick build some more houses so that we could get some more immigrants. But what I think I'll do is just hold up on that. And let's wait to quick build our intercity logistics port here when we hit 4,000. We'll do that, and then we'll be able to import the wood a little bit better and the other things like I mentioned. So we'll just hold up just a little bit longer and get that guy going. Okay, that's going to be quick built. Then we need our target resources. So salt wreath, this is going to deliver. We want to have a little bit more wood, it looks like. We want to be able to get some stone tools, so we'll get some of those. Let's go with 100 stone tools on that. Okay, and then we want to go ahead and find some medicinal herbs as well. And it sure wouldn't hurt to get a couple luxury goods up here as well. So we need one type of luxury one to increase the level a little bit. So let's go check on our stocks and see what we can import up in here. We have tons and tons of tulips. So let's go back over to our colony, go back over in here. Let's go down over in here and find tulips. And then, of course, if we need some other things, not tulips, we can absolutely import them up here as well. We'll go 500. We'll keep our stone tools at 100, medicinal herbs to 50. And then if we think of something else we want over in here, we got a target ready to go. Food, coal, we don't need to import coal over in here. We have that taken care of. But we do probably want a little bit of stone. So let's go ahead and find that. Great. And let's keep our stone at 500. Okay, so this should be pretty decent. We'll check on it and make sure that we're getting all of the goods that we needed up here. but that's a pretty good start for our little colony, I think. We'll visit them in a little bit again. So let's go back down to our main little hub over in here. And I would like to expand. Now, we're kind of hemorrhaging money right now because of our colony, but we are able to expand a little bit further. We can grab these 2 provinces, and I would like to keep working our way up over in here and out this way. I would like to kind of encompass this whole deal, and we might need to do another colony over in here to get in here. Don't know how the mountain ranges are going to affect us. We can purchase a province and expand over in here, but we don't currently have tunnels, and I'm not sure if there's a way to get tunnels. So that might be a little bit difficult to traverse this land. So we may just do another colony over in here and then work it that way. But we'll worry about that in the future. We have a good amount of tech points, so let's hop back up in there and check those out. So the theater we were looking at, let's go ahead and pick that up, and then let's see what the scholars' offices are. We have craft card from paper and then produce paper. This is going to be really, really good. The scholar's office is going to allow us to produce wild cards, and we are going to absolutely do that right away here. So we got our theater. Let's go ahead and get a theater going on some of our little villages over in here. Trying to take advantage of it as much as possible. Again, didn't really do a great job at planning that out. We'll leave that one there for now, and we'll get a couple more tucked in here. And then let's get our paper maker. So we are going to be using wood for our paper maker. And we also need to face the water, it looks like. So let's go ahead and let's try and find a good spot for this thing. And this is, I guess, one of the best spots that we can put our paper maker. So we're going to go ahead and do that. There's a couple more spaces for another paper maker or 2, and we'll probably put those in there eventually. And then let's, of course, grab our scholar's office to craft cards from paper that we're going to create. And we're going to go ahead and we'll tuck this guy back right there. And I'm hoping that our warehouse will fit. Almost. We'll get that guy right there. Great. Okay, so we got to wait up for those things to get created, of course. But let's come back down over in here and check on some stuff. Glassworks. Glassworks is good to go. And then we got our glassware. So we're pulling up the sand, making it into glass, and then making it into glassware. I am going to cut this back a little bit. I don't want to overproduce the glassworks and then run out of regular glass, because we use a lot of regular old glass for building. So we're going to keep it up like that. Oh, and then our intercity logistics port is good to go. So here's Sarmate Colony 1. And of course, we were talking about getting that gold from over there. So let's go ahead and we'll find some gold. Let's just do the gold ore for now. And we're going to take all of that gold ore. So what we're going to do is come up over in here and let's just say a big number. And we should be good to go. So now whatever gold ore is brought up, it'll be brought over in here. And we'll be able to process that at a later date. And if we look at our technologies up in here, here is gold smelting. We can mint gold bars into coins. So we can make that right into money, which is a pretty handy thing. So we got lots of that stuff happening. But what we haven't looked at in a while is our upgrades tree. And let's take a quick look at this. So we did do quite a few upgrades for our farming technologies, which I'm very happy about. So let's go ahead and throw a couple more in there. Let's do a little bit of heating, make our coal and our trees a little bit better, and we're still doing pretty great on points. I'm going to max that out. Looking good. We can now improve to musketeer for our troops, so let's go ahead and do that. And then we have the irrigation pump. I forgot about this thing. Pump water to increase soil fertility. So this is a very powerful building to get into. So let's do it. 2,000, we can easily get that. And then moving on over here, and here we have the stave church, which we could build, which would be cool. Let's go ahead and grab that. And let's check out what we got here. So we got our irrigation pump, the stave church, and holy buckets, we're out of tools, it looks like. So the tools are going to be a little bit more pressing need than checking out this other stuff. So let's go ahead and let's get some trading going on here. So we're exporting quite a few things. Not currently though, because it looks like we are at our caps for everything, which is a good thing. But we want to import additional tooling. So let's go ahead and we're going to build another auto trader, the trading company. We'll grab those guys and we'll plop this thing down. It looks like we'll have to plop this guy down over in here, which will be great. Quick build it. I shouldn't have done that. Getting too clicky there. So now we have increased our trade total, and then let's import. We need some tools. Yeah, let's import iron tools. And then we want to keep our capacity at, let's say 250, and we're going to import 100 at a time. And so now we got to watch it. We are losing quite a bit of money now by having to order all these tools because we are kind of struggling with that right now. So what we could do is further increase the production of our goods over in here. which it looks like we need to do anyways. Our cannabis is under 100, so that's not great. We want to bump that up, and we could also do that with beer as well. I do know that we have a little bit more space on this side to make some more cannabis farms, so we'll probably do that. So this irrigation pump, now that we're good, let's get the trades going on our tools, and we'll see where we're at. We'll probably need to put some more tool stuff in, and we'll do that. But let's check out this irrigation pump. So pump water to increase the soil fertility. So the pump must face fresh water. Makes sense. We'll get that guy going right there, and that's 7,800 to build that. So we'll just hold up on that. I want to keep my money a little bit here. So the Stave Church, the first church gives 229 victory score and plus 50 upgrade points. Wow, that's a lot. And let's go ahead and grab this. So this guy is kind of going to be like a wonder. It's going to take a good amount of resources or a lot of money to quick build. So let's find a good spot for this thing. This looks like it'll work really well right in here. So let's put it down. So we'll work on that. Oh, and it looks like our Great Long Haul is completed. So it's pretty good. Looks awesome. Really happy about that getting done finally. It's been a little bit, so let's hop back up to our colony and see how everything is working out over in here. Looks like our sheep farms are almost completed. Food's doing great. We're producing enough and importing enough to where we're maintaining the food population, but it looks like stone tools is hurting. So this may have been part of the off balance that we did for our tooling. So let's come back down to our main town over in here, and let's get a couple more of our tooling things done. So I'm going to go ahead and make a little bit of a road extension here, and let's find, we want the cheesemaker, get that happening. All right, so here's our blacksmith. Let's get a blacksmith started. And then I think what we'll do a couple blacksmiths and then a stone tool as well. We have kind of been struggling on tools for a little while. I did forget about it, but with this stuff, we should be looking great. And it's out of the way of all of this nice buildings over in here. So we'll wait till these guys get created. Let's also get a warehouse over in here, of course, so they have some place to put some of those goods. And then we have another paper maker I want to plop down over in here because we got our one good to go. Get that guy coming in. And then let's check out the paper maker right in here. So we have the paper maker, of course, taking 22 wood into paper. And it's doing great. So we already have 12 paper created, which is nice to have. And then we need to find our, here it is, our scholar's office is well underway. I don't quite need that many workers in there right now, but you can see we are already producing the wild cards, which is excellent. So if we click on this, we can also produce the 3 books and then card removal card. I'm going to always be producing the wild card, I think, for quite a while at least, and get free wild cards. It fixes the deck problem of this game. So the wild cards are going to be our friends. We're going to have lots of those. And then we have our cheese maker, which I don't think we built the cattle ranch. So let's come back up over in here. We want to put in some of that stuff. And, you know, we have a lot of open space over in here. Maybe over in this area, we can put some cattle, or maybe even here. Perhaps over on this side even. So, yeah, let's go ahead and we'll get our cheese maker started up over in here. This is going to be kind of our industrial area anyways, so we'll have a good spot for that. Mead maker is doing great. Let's check this other stuff. Coffee roaster is pointless as we don't have any coffee just yet. And it looks like the tailor isn't running either. So while I'm thinking about it, here's a blacksmith. Let's upgrade that. And then I want to do a little bit of this. Let's give a little bit of love to our blacksmiths and upgrade a little bit. So improved productivity and then increased worker speed is what we just did there, which would be great to have. Another thing that we can utilize our glass for, and why I didn't want to just turn it all into glassware, is we can upgrade our stuff with glass. So let's go ahead and we'll do that. Let's do those. I want to spend some of these upgrade points. We have quite a few. I feel like I've been neglecting that. So I want to go ahead and get a couple of things happening with those. And with those couple upgrades, I think that's going to be it for this episode. We did a lot. We got a new little colony going. We got some stave church happening, and we did some researching. Oh, it's coming together quite nicely. So I hope you have a fantastic and amazing rest of your evening, day, or night, and I'll talk to you again soon.